So you want the perfect steak. You want to know how to cook the perfect steak. That one that's nice and pink all the way through. Maybe a little more than pink, huh? A little red? Well, stay tuned. And while we're waiting, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Some steaks. And then you're gonna need, oh wait a minute. No. You need some salt. I like the coarse salt. And you need some pepper. The rest of this crap, let's get it over here. Alright, so I went outside and I got the grill fired. No, I didn't. It's Maine. What if there's 6 feet of snow out there? I'm not firing up the grill for that. So, we're gonna do it just like that. Well, kind of just like, I think we're gonna unwrap them first, but I gotta wash my hands first. Hold on. Okay, so let's get these things unwrapped, and I'll talk about it real quick. So these are some, pretty thick steaks. I didn't get them at Walmart. I didn't go to a butcher or anything like that. They're not bad. They're pretty good. Inch thick, maybe. Okay. Now I let my only beef, get to almost room temperature. Just cool to the touch. I don't want them refrigerated. Okay, I'm gonna get a paper towel. And this is a good opportunity, yes, you're gonna hear me right, to preheat your oven to 275 degrees. And then we're gonna pat these steaks dry, okay? Get both sides real good. All right. Nice coating of, this is coarse sea salt. Boy, that's a big stuff right there. Use that on the sidewalk in wintertime. All right. Now we're gonna put a little bit of pepper. All right. Pat that in there a little bit. Flip them over, do the same thing. It doesn't come out. It looks like I'm putting a lot on there. It's not coming out very good. Okay, a little bit of pepper. All right. Now we're just gonna set that aside and let it soak in. I don't know if salt and pepper soaks in. We're just gonna let it sit. How's that? Now, like I said, we're gonna do these in the oven. Okay. This process is called reverse searing. So you're gonna put these in the oven 275 for about 15 minutes. That's gonna really lock in those juices, and it's gonna cook it nice and even all the way through, so you get that nice restaurant, that pink all the way through it. Once they're done in the oven, we're gonna take it out and we're gonna put them on the cast iron fry pan. All right, so that's up to temperature, and my dogs know something's going on. I'm like, Daddy, what are you doing? All right, so I'm gonna throw these in the oven. And let's talk about why we don't do them on the grill. Now, I was joking around about, there being snow, and there isn't snow yet. But I still wouldn't do these on the grill. Let me set my timer real quick before I forget. Set that timer for 15 minutes. By the way. So if you take a steak, a big thick steak, throw it in a frying pan, you throw it in the grill, what you're gonna end up with is different layers of doneness. So maybe the middle is gonna be where you want it, and the closer you get to the outside is gonna be a gray. So there are 3 levels of doneness for the perfect steak. That's rare. If you want that, Walmart has them to go, okay? The next one beside that, the perfect steak, is what we currently have in the oven. And then the last one, the way my wife likes it, Well done. Tastes like a boot. Public service announcement. Do not eat the boot. So the timer just went off. We're gonna see if these are done enough for us. All right. So now they look about the same, and I did use a thermometer. I took a temperature. Hopefully you guys can see this and see the way that just moves like butter. Okay, and that's how you know when you're close. All right. We're gonna go ahead and pull these. All right, so my cast iron skillet was preheating in the oven. It's pretty warm. I want to put just a couple drops of vegetable oil in there. That's going to help me get that really nice sear. Just going to kind of spread that around a little. Almost the same way when we seasoned it. That's what we've got right there. And if you look close, you can see that has actually got a little bit of a glaze to it almost. Okay, that is amazing. It smells awesome. Little smoke isn't bad. When we put these into the pan, we want to make sure that they're laying flat. We have good contact with the cast iron, and kind of push them down a little bit and make sure. Okay, now we're not going to cook these for a very long time on each side. Maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds, definitely less than a minute, because they're going to continue to cook. So we want to make sure if they do continue to cook that they're cooking evenly. We want a good sear, but we don't want to start cooking from the bottom up. And then the next sear, bottom up, and we end up with a well done steak. Here we go on the first flip. Oh yeah, that's a good sear right there, good and even. Nice and brown. Oh, that's perfect. See how it's rolling up there? We got to make sure that we push that down and get good contact with the cast iron. Okay, very important. Do that for both steaks. Now that we've seared the first side, our pan's getting a little dry. Okay, so I'm going to put a little pat of butter on the top of each one. Let the heat kind of melt that down a little bit. Then we're going to spread it around the top. So this does a couple of things. It keeps the top moist, allows that butter to soak in for some tremendous flavor. Okay, pushing down on the, making sure we got good contact. With that butter nice and soft, we're gonna try to coat the top side of that steak. You'll see the other one works a little bit better. We're gonna coat that, allow those flavors to soak in and really give us, for the next flip, that's gonna help kind of caramelize, or I don't know, it's really gonna help that sear on the next flip. And also pulling up some of that flavor, so when we drop another pat of butter in there, we start basting these. Okay, you're gonna see that butter right there is gonna run right off into the pan, and we're gonna be able to use those drippings to baste the steaks on that other side. So we added one pat on the first side, basting on the other side. Just for good measure, we're going to throw a pat of butter in there or two. Allow that to soak up some of those drippings. Going to move the steaks around. I really want to get the drippings into that melted butter. Okay. And you notice I'm kind of pointing those towards the handle, because what I'm going to do with the cast iron is tip that up so all those juices run down to the bottom, where I kind of have that little trough, and I can baste those with a spoon. Okay. A lot easier that way. look at that melted butter. Browned up butter. Oh, perfect. Okay, we're going to flip them one more time. Both sides are seared. Now we're really trying to get that good butter flavor. And make sure we got them seared all the way. Just about ready to come on. Here I'm just noticing that the edge could use a little bit of sear on that fat on the side. We're going to set these aside for a few minutes, allow them to rest and continue basically kind of cooking themselves, get up to the right temperature for a good medium steak. We're at about 135, almost 140. Oh, look at that pink right there. Could actually be even a little rarer. That right there is a nice steak. Thanks for watching.